The highlight of my August and possibly my whole year has to be the fact that I went from learning makeup to getting COVID. See, the day it started, I just come back from my makeup class. I had dinner and I rested. Only for me to unrest myself, stand up from my rest and see that I was feeling sick. It was just like that moment for me. I was like, till now, I still cannot believe that I felt sick just like that. There were no warning signs. It just happened. And when it started like malaria. It tasted like malaria. It felt like malaria. I assumed it was malaria because I hardly ever fall sick. And when I do, it always has to be malaria. But the next day, I was bedridden. I could hardly stand. I just laid down on this bed. Like, and the one thing about me is, if I feel any slight discomfort, I always feel like I'm never going to make it out of it. It always happens. But this discomfort was not slight at all. It had me here. So I was so confused as to what this was. I could not go and get drugs. I could not go to I kept telling myself, oh, okay, I'll find the strength to go to a diagnostic center to go and figure out what it was. But I didn't even have the strength to stand up from this bed. On Friday, that was 2 days after I fell sick, it relieved me a little bit. So I stood up. I went to go and loosen my hair because my head was heavy. I loosened my hair. I had them do all back. See, I've not done my hair in two weeks plus now because of this sickness. I had them do all back, and sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath as I go because it's not easy being a COVID girl.
When life gives you lemons, look back at life and say, who asked for these lemons? It's not me. Why are you giving me lemons? I don't want lemons. I want marshmallows.
Yeah, so I had them do this all back, and I went to the pharmacy and I told the pharmacist that this was how I was feeling. And she's like, oh, when last did you treat malaria? I told her last year. And then she said, oh, okay, and gave me malaria drugs. I finished the malaria drugs in 3 days, right? 3 days. I became worse after I finished the malaria drugs. Like, in my heart of hearts, I knew that it had to be COVID because I'd never felt or seen anything like it. So I just, in my heart of heart, knew that it had to be COVID, but I'd not done the test yet. I just kept it within myself. The fact that I had to be COVID, right? Yeah. Yeah. So after the malaria drugs, I was wasting food. I could not eat. I could hardly breathe. I had no appetite. I had an injury in my mouth here. I had to be eating with this side of my mouth. So if I wanted to eat something, I'll put it here. Because if I put it here, I ended up always crying. It was really painful. It was such a painful experience for me. I could not breathe well. I could not walk well. I had no stamina. I was falling down randomly at some point. If I had to walk, I had to hold the wall for support. It was that bad. So the next week, my friend came over and then she took me to Yaba Mainland Hospital for a COVID test. It took Ola and then our results was supposed to come out in 24 hours. 24 hours was supposed to be 12 p.m. the next day, but it didn't come out. I was anxious as hell. I was just agitating. Thank God. Somehow in my heart of heart, I felt like maybe it wasn't COVID. Maybe it was just the higher case of malaria, right? I was really praying that it wasn't going to be COVID. This was coming like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This was coming 7 days after I fell sick. So I felt like it wasn't going to be COVID. But the result came out around 10 p.m. that night. Meanwhile, I was already feeling better. Or I think I was feeling better. All my friends were being all positive and all. So I felt like I was already getting better. But when the result came out, I went back 10 steps. I became sicker than I was. I was, at that point, my friend Levi already told me that he was really sick and Olatu was sick. So I felt like I did it. I did that. I gave it to them. So all of that coupled, I had the guilt, I had the pain, and I had the annoyance. I was feeling those 3 things from seeing that result. So I cried myself to sleep that night, and the next day Ola went out to go and get drugs, Really expensive drugs, by the way. I just hope, I really don't wish it on anybody having COVID, because it's a really expensive sickness. So it came back with the drugs. I had to be swallowing drugs up and down. I was vomiting. God, this the drugs were making me so nauseous, right? I hated it so much. There was a time I even had to go live for Munchit, and before I went live, like 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes before, I took the drugs and I ran to the toilet and I vomited everywhere, on the wall, on the toilet. I cleaned it up, came here, sat on this bed, and I went live with filters so that nobody will see my eyes, because I was looking really bad. So there was that, and then there was the whole taking drugs, feeling sicker, feeling like I wasn't getting better. It was really crazy. It was really crazy. I really would not wish it on anybody, because till now, I don't think I remember how to breathe well. Till now, both of us still can't breathe well. We're just always, if we go downstairs to get something, we have to mask up, and our mask, we wear our masks at this point, and we wear glasses too. So we have to mask up, buy whatever I want to buy, come back, and still start breathing or continue breathing like we ran a marathon. That's how we've been doing it all this while. We've not come back for our second test. I really hope that the COVID has left my body by this time, because this is Wednesday to Wednesday 1 week, Wednesday to this Wednesday 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks and 2 days, and I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired. I want to go out. I want to leave my house. I'm so tired of this COVID. It has held me down. I used to stay in this house and waste my life, just be sleeping. I'm really tired. I want to leave this house. I'm not interested in it anymore. Thank you very much for this learning experience. Oh no, I'm not interested in it anymore. But you guys, this thing is not good. It's really not good. So I'm going to please beg people to mask up as much as you can. Mask up, sanitize. I've become one of those people that we always tell you how dangerous COVID is, because I've experienced it firsthand. And if you've not gotten your vaccine yet, go and get it. I had not gotten my vaccine, because they told me to go and get this in Mushin, and I'm really scared of Mushin. When I registered online, they gave me Mushin, and I'm really scared of Mushin. But when I went to do my COVID test, I found out that I could get my vaccine at Yaba Mainland Hospital. So when I'm better, I'll go and get my vaccine, the 2 doses. I know that's another round of sickness. Well, it's better than this right now. Okay, so this is the end of this video. I'm leaving. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Bye bye.